Hello guys, welcome to the second video on capital budgeting. In the first video, we have discussed on the introduction to capital budgeting. We mentioned about the various capital budgeting techniques or methods which we can apply, and we discussed about one of the technique of capital budgeting under the traditional method, which was payback period. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss about a new technique under the traditional method, which is known as accounting rate of return. Now accounting rate of return is also known as average rate of return or ARR. It's basically a financial ratio used in capital budgeting. The ratio doesn't take into account the concept of time value of money. So if you remember, the accounting rate of return falls under the category of traditional method. So this particular technique is under traditional method, and traditional method doesn't take into consideration the concept of time value of money. Now, accounting rate of return or average rate of return calculates the return generated from net income of the proposed capital investment. Now, there are two important components in accounting rate of return or ARR. One is with respect to net income or net profit of the organization, and the second is the amount of capital investment which you have done. Now, if you consider net income or net profit of the organization, we also have to understand that these particular methods take into consideration the commonly accepted accounting principles and practices. Now, what it means? It refers that, if you remember, in order to calculate net profit of an organization in accounting, say for example, if it's a trading organization, we used to do trading and profit and loss account in order to calculate the net profit. A trading account is normally prepared to calculate gross profit or gross loss, and a profit and loss account was made to calculate the net profit or net loss of an organization. Now, this net profit or net loss, the net profit, say for example, there are various expenses which are charged against the net profit. We also have to take into consideration two important points. One is depreciation, another is tax. So depreciation is a loss, it's charged against profit, as well as tax is a payment which is also charged against profit. So if we say that in ARR there are two important concepts, one is known as net income, another is known as capital investment. We have to understand net income or net profit here means the adjusted income or adjusted profit after depreciation, after tax. So that's the most important concept. Now, ARR can be what is the definition and how we calculate this ARR? The accounting rate of return is found by dividing the average income after taxes by average investment. So the formula is that ARR or accounting rate of return is equal to average income or profit divided by average investment. Now we require to understand how we calculate both average income and average investment. Now let's talk about how we calculate the average income. So average income will be equal to sum of income of all the year or profit, the sum of income or profit divided by the number of years. So if there are 5 years, so we'll be dividing it by 5. Whereas average investment is calculated as the original investment or the original investment, or we can write as the initial investment minus scrap value. Scrap value means the residual value of an asset divided by 2. Now what scrap value means? Scrap value means that at the end of the life of an asset, say example, let's take an example like a mobile phone. So a mobile phone is an asset. We have used that asset for the last maybe 3 years, 4 years. Now the mobile phone is of no worth. That is, if I want to sell in the market, it's very difficult to get the product sold in the market. So that mobile phone, whatever value we get, 15 rupees, 100 rupees, 150 rupees, whatever value we get is what is termed as a scrap value. So ARR is average income by average investment. Now if you remember, I said always required to remember this particular point, that average income is basically an income or profit which is after depreciation, after tax. So average income is calculated by sum of income or profit taking all the years into consideration divided by the number of years. So I add up, sum of income means I add up all the income or profit given divided by number of years, and average investment is the initial or the original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. Now let's take an example. Given that the initial investment is rupees 5 lakhs and the scrap value is rupees 1 lakh, say for example. So given the initial investment is rupees 5 lakhs and the scrap value is rupees 1 lakh and the income has been given. So year given and income given, or the profit. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Just a layman's example. So year 1 is 25,000, year 2 30,000, year 3 30,000, and year 4 say 20,000. So these are the figures given. Now we have been asked to calculate ARR, and let's take into consideration this income which has been given. This income which has been given 25,000, 30,000, 30,000 and 20,000 for the next 4 years. This is after depreciation, after tax. So if it is after depreciation, after tax, so we can straightway calculate. So how we calculate? So average income required to be calculated. Now average income is basically a sum of income or profit divided by number of years. So we require to add it up. So how we add? So we take into consideration all the figures. So 25,000 plus 30,000 plus 30,000 plus 20,000. So this gives me 1,05,000. So the average, this part, the sum of income or profit is 1,05,000 divided by number of years. The number of years is 4, so divided by, so equal to divided by number of years 4. So this is coming, this part is coming 26,250. So rupees 26,250. So we have added up all the profit or the income divided by number of years, which is divided by 4. So it's coming 26,250. The second part is we require to calculate. So we have got this as rupees 26,250 average income. Now we require to calculate average investment. Now average investment is original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. Now original investment is 5 lakhs. The scrap value is rupees 1 lakh. So it will be 5 lakhs minus 1 lakh, that is 4 lakhs. So it will be, this particular part will be 4 lakhs divided by 2. So it will be, so divided by 2, it will be 2 lakhs. How we are getting 2 lakhs? Original investment is 5 lakhs minus scrap value is 1 lakh. So 5 lakhs minus 1 lakh is 4 lakh. 4 lakh divided by 2 is 2 lakhs. So average income, so we can if you want to calculate this in terms of percentage, you can make into 100. So how much we are getting? So we are getting average income is 26,250 divided by the investment. The average investment is 2 lakhs into 100. So how much we are getting? So 26,250 divided by 2 lakhs. So divided by 2 lakhs into 100 gives me 13.13 or 13.13 or 13.12. So let's take 2 decimal. So it's 13.13%. So I hope it's clear. Before we come down to the results, let's explain again. So ARR is average income by average investment. Average income is calculated as sum of income or profit divided by the number of years. Most important point is with respect to income and profit is that it is after depreciation, after tax. Next is average investment. Average investment is calculated by original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. Now let's take an example. The example is that given that the investment is rupees 5 lakhs and the scrap value is given rupees 1 lakh, and year and income or profit of the organization after tax, after depreciation has been given. Now we require to first calculate what is the average income. So average income is basically the sum of income. So I added up 25,000, 30,000, 30,000 plus 20,000 divided by number of years, which is 4. So I'm getting 26,250. So next comes is average investment. Is original investment minus scrap value, which is 5 lakhs minus 1 lakh divided by 2. I'm getting 2 lakhs. So I come back to the main formula. ARR is average income by average investment into 100. So average income is 26,250. Average investment is 2 lakhs. So 26,250 divided by 2 lakhs into 100, it's giving 13.13. Now what this 13.13 means and how we take a decision based on this. Now the fact is that if my calculated ARR, see, ARR talks about accounting or average rate of return. So there is an important point here, rate of return. So everybody who is irrespective of individual or a company will look forward for a higher return. So if the organization is thinking about making an investment in a particular project whereby the company is happy in getting 10%. So the objective of an investment is that, okay, let's forecast a 10% return on that particular investment. Now, as per this particular project, the calculation has been done. We are getting a return of 13.13. So, if my calculated ARR is greater than the minimum expected return, then we accept the project. Rather, if this would have been 9%, 13.13, this would have been 9%, and the minimum expected ARR or rate from the point of view of the company was 10%, then we would have rejected the project. So, I hope you have understood the elementary part, the introductory part of accounting rate of return. Now let's talk about certain cases, and we will solve certain cases with reference to the accounting rate of return concept under the traditional method. Now let's go through this particular problem. It says a project requires an investment of rupees 5 lakhs and has a scrap value of rupees 20,000 after 5 years. So that's the life. The life of the asset is 5 years. So the investment is 5 lakhs. It is expected to yield profit after depreciation and taxes. So it is given that after depreciation and taxes during the 5 years amounting to rupees 40,000, 60,000, 70,000, 50,000 and 20,000. So the profit has been given after tax and after depreciation. Calculate the average rate of return or accounting rate of return on investment, and also calculate the return on investment. So what we do? So we are aware of the fact that the profit has been given. So first what we do? We try to calculate the average profit. So average profit will be equal to, so what are the amount? 40,000, 60,000, 70,000, 50,000 and 20,000. So we add up. So we take 40,000 plus 60,000 plus 70,000 plus 50,000 plus 20,000. Now this gives us this I'm calculating average profit. So let's not calculate average profit. Let's find out the total profit. So I'm going to show you the stepwise. So let's calculate the total profit. So the total profit is coming rupees 2,40,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So therefore my average profit will be rupees 2,40,000 divided by number of years, which is 5. So this is coming, say, rupees 48,000. Next, we require to calculate average investment. Now, in average investment is equal to the investment figure. How much is the investment? The investment is 5 lakhs. So investment figure, which is 5 lakhs, minus, do we have a scrap value? Yes, we have a scrap value. The scrap value is 20,000 divided by 2. So it's coming 4,80,000. So 4,80,000 divided by 2 is 2,40,000. Therefore, my ARR or accounting rate of return is the formula. What is the formula? The formula is average profit by average investment into 100. So, my average profit is 48,000. My average investment is 2,40,000 into 100, which means to say, so I require to use a calculator to solve it. So it's 48,000 divided by 2,40,000 into 100, which is 20%. So the ARR is coming 20%. Now it's being said in the problem that we also require to calculate. So 20%, if this particular rate, so if the expected rate is 15%, so I will accept this particular project. If the anticipated or expected rate is greater compared to what has been the calculated rate, so then I reject. So under such circumstances, now next part is that we also have been asked to calculate return on investment. Now return on investment talks about, if I have to calculate ROI, the ROI is a simple calculation. From here also we can calculate ROI. Is basically the total profit divided by the net investment into 100. So as per our example, the total profit was 2,40,000. So the total profit is 2,40,000. This is an added part I am showing, the ROI. 2,40,000 divided by the net investment is basically minus the scrap value, not divided by 2. 5 lakhs minus the scrap value, which is 4,80,000 into 100. So this is the ROI is coming as 50%. So I hope it's clear how we calculate the accounting rate of return. Now in the next problem, let's take one more case into consideration. Now let's go through this particular problem. Now it says that calculate the average rate of return. It can also be termed as accounting rate of return for project A and project B from the following. Now see, there are two projects given here. So there is a comparison. Now we require to select maybe one of the project. Investment given for the first project is 20,000 and for the second project is 30,000. And expected life and given no salvage value. Now what is this no salvage value? This can also be termed as a scrap value. It's 4 years, 5 years, and there is no salvage value. And thereafter you see the projected net income after interest, after depreciation and tax, everything has been given. So project A 1, 2, 3, 4, for 5th year there is no profit. And for project B, 5 years profit has been given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years profit has been given. And it's being said that if the required rate of return is 12%, that is the anticipated rate, which project should be undertaken? So here we require to take a decision of which particular project we require to select. So as we are aware of the fact that how we require to calculate, we straightway come down to calculation for say we have two projects. So let's say project B, another is project A. So these are the two projects which we have, and let's find out what is the total income of these projects. So let's come back to the problem again. Let's see project A. So project A income is 2,000, 1,500. So we add up 2,000 plus 1,500 plus 1,500 and 1,000. So gives me total amount of rupees 6,000. So the total income for project A is 6,000. Now let's calculate project B. So project B, the total is 3,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000. So 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000. So we come back here and write project B is rupees 10,000. Now on the other side, so this is the total income. We require to find out average income. Now what is the formula of average income? Average income formula is the total income divided by the number of years. So we require to find out average income. So average income, as you are aware of, the formula is total income divided by the number of years. So project A, kindly go back to the problem. Project A was for 4 years and project B is for 5 years. So this one will be 6,000 divided by 4. So 6,000 divided by 4. So 6,000 divided by 4 is 1,500. So the average income is 1,500. And for the other case, for the second case, it's for 5 years. So 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000. So it's 2,000. So we got the average income for both the projects. Now let's talk about the investment. Now investment for project A is rupees, can you go back to the problem? The project A is 20,000 and for project B is rupees 30,000. And being said, there is no scrap value. So average investment, so will be what? The average investment will be 20,000 minus scrap value, which is 0, divided by 2. So it's coming 10,000. How we got 10,000? 20,000 minus 0, scrap value is not given, minus 0 divided by 2, so it's 10,000. And this one is coming as 15,000. So therefore, ARR for the first project will be average income, that is 1,500 divided by average investment, which is 10,000 into 100. And for the second one, it will be 2,000 divided by 15,000 into 100. So let's calculate. So for the first project, project A, it will be 1,500 divided by 10,000 into 100. It's giving us 15%. And for the second one, it's 2,000 divided by 15,000 into 100. It's giving us 13.33%. Now let's go back to the problem again. If we go back to the problem, it's being said, if we go to the last line, it says that if the required rate of return is 12%, which project should be undertaken? Now see, the company expects a 12% return, but project A is giving a 15% return. Project B is giving a 13.33% return. So both the projects are good, because your expectation is 12% and project A is giving 15%, project B is giving 13.33%. So both the projects are good. So what will be my answer? My answer will be that we can accept both the projects. So what will be your decision? So your decision will be that we can accept both the projects. We accept project A because 15% is higher than 12%. We also accept project B because it's also 13.33 is higher than the concerned 12%. But if I have to rank the project, then I will give this as rank 1 and this as rank 2, just because project A has a higher, greater. Project A has a greater ARR, accounting rate of return or average rate of return, compared to that of project B. So I hope the concept is clear with respect to the calculation. Now we will solve one more case here and we'll try to explain how taxes to be calculated and to be deducted from the profit. So let's move on to the next problem. The next problem says that X Limited is considering to purchase a machine where two machines are available, machine E and machine F. And is given that the cost of each of the machine is rupees 60,000. The expected life is for 5 years. The net profit before tax and after depreciation. So depreciation is deducted, but tax is not deducted. It says net profit before tax after depreciation. During the depreciation, during the expected life of the machine has been given. Also mentioned, so the 5 years inflow has been mentioned, or the profit has been mentioned. Following the method of average rate of return on average investment of ascertaining which of the alternative will be more profitable. So again I require to take a decision. The average tax rate is given as 50%. So the information is that machine E and machine F has been given, so we require to calculate. I can go through this particular problem and find out that there is no information relating to any scrap value, but the information has been given that the profit which has been given or the inflow of money which has been shown, it is before tax after depreciation. So we require to consider this particular point into consideration. So let's discuss how we solve this particular problem. So there are two projects, two machine E and machine F. So let the first column be here. Let the first column be here, and we take this as the first is machine X. Sorry, the machine name is E. Sorry, the machine E, and the other machine is machine F. So we have two machines. So one is machine E and machine F. So we try to make this in a particular format. So one is machine E and machine F, and what all things has been given? So the profit amount has been given. The profit amount has been given. So we require to calculate tax. The tax is 50%, and we also have to get profit after tax. Profit after tax. So tax is at the rate 50%. So machine F also same. We require to calculate the profit first. Then we require to calculate the tax. Profit is given. Tax at the rate 50%, and followed by that we also have to calculate the profit after tax. So year wise, the information has been given. There are 5 years. Say year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So let's go back to the problem. Let's find out the profit or the income which has been given. So 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 15,000 and 10,000 for machine E. So it's 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 15,000 and 10,000. So this has been given. Similarly, for machine F, the figures are 5,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000 and 20,000. So 20,000, 30,000 and 20,000. So these are the information which has been given. Now what we require to find out? We require to find out the tax. So 50%, so we calculate 50% tax. 15,000, 50% tax is half, which is 7,500. 20,000 is 10,000. 25,000 is 12,500. You always use a calculator. For 15,000 is 7,500. And for 10,000 is 5,000. Since we require to calculate profit after tax, the profit subtracted. So profit after tax, how I'm going to get? Profit minus the tax. So it will be 7,500. This will be 10,000. This will be 12,500. This will be 7,500. And this will be 5,000. So we calculated profit after tax for project machine F. Now let's talk about machine E. Let's talk about machine F. So machine F, for the first year, the tax component is 2,500. For the second year is 7,500. For the third year, it's 10,000. So 50% on 30,000 is 15,000. So 50% on 20,000 is 10,000. So how we have got the tax? Tax is 50% on the profit. So 15,000, 50% is 7,500. 20,000, 50% is 10,000. So similarly, we got the tax component, and profit after tax is basically 15,000 minus 7,500. Profit after tax. So profit deducted, and thereafter we have deducted the tax out. So here it's 2,500. This minus this is 7,500. 20,000 minus 10,000 is 10,000. 30,000 minus 15,000 is 15,000. See, 50% taken here, 50% taken this side. 20,000 minus 10,000 is 10,000. So we have got profit after tax. So if I add up the profit after tax component, that is what is said to be the total profit which the organization has made. So if I add up this, so 7,500 plus 10,000 plus 12,500, so we add up this 7,500 plus 10,000 plus 12,500 plus 7,500 plus 5,000 is 42,500. So we are getting total income is 42,500. Total income after tax, after depreciation for machine E is 42,500. Now let's calculate for this. So it's 2,500 plus 7,500 plus 10,000 plus 15,000 plus 10,000. So it's give us 45,000. So we calculated the total profit after tax, which is also after depreciation. It's 42,500 and 45,000. And if you remember, this is for 5 years. Both are for 5 years. So what is the next step we require to find out? We require to find out average profit after tax. So the average profit will be 42,500 divided by 5. So it's coming 8,500. This is average profit. Average profit after tax is 8,500, and for the machine F, it's coming 9,000. So how we have calculated this? This is 42,500 divided by 5. We know how to calculate the average profit. How we calculate average investment? How we calculate average investment? Average investment, if we go back to the problem, let's check the problem again. The average investment at the very top, it's being written 60,000. So 60,000 for both. So the formula is investment minus scrap value. Investment minus scrap value divided by 2. There is no scrap value here in this problem. So 60,000 minus 0 divided by 2 is 30,000. So 30,000 for both. So we got average income and average profit. So therefore, we try to calculate ARR. For project, for machine E. So what will be the calculation? Average profit by average investment into 100. So the average profit is 8,500 divided by 30,000 into 100 is 28.33%. So the ARR is coming 28.33%. Now let's talk about what is the ARR of machine F. So machine F, what is the calculated ARR coming? And then we require to decide which particular machine we require to choose. So it's 9,000 average profit divided by 30,000 into 100 is 30%. So the machine E is giving 28.33% and the machine F is giving 30% ARR. So let's go back to the problem. In the problem it says that which particular machine we require to select. So since, again we come back, since the calculated ARR of machine F is greater than the calculated ARR of machine E, this is greater. Therefore, we select machine F. Therefore, we select, the selection will be machine F. I hope this particular part is clear and how the calculation has been done. So, we have discussed about accounting rate of return or average rate of return, which was one of the technique under traditional method. So class, in the first video as well as in this particular video, we have more or less completed the basic elementary discussion on the traditional method. We will be coming back again with this all methods when we will solve certain combined difficult problems and advanced problem on capital budgeting, taking after explaining all the methods. So first we are going to explain all the methods and then we will do certain combined problems where all possible methods will be taken into consideration in solving. So I hope the concept is clear. Thank you. Have a good day.